Welcome. It's Terraria time again. Salutations, class, and welcome back. The class has spoken. It seems that the last Terraria stream from about a week ago was the single most successful stream on this channel. People are definitely wanting the Terraria content, so tonight again we are starting up the server. I've been trying to get this other server application I have to get something hosted, but that doesn't seem to be working for us, so once again we will be doing it through the same process. Local Xander hosting, and hopefully everyone will be able to connect. Data you'll need is in the bottom, as always. Although by the time the stream delay shows up, everyone should be able to see it and get in. Z, welcome. Leviathan, James, everyone. So, we might have a bit of a slower stream tonight, and I would like to take a bit more of, time to observe things and figure out how this game works. I see a couple of the users that were here last weekend will not be able to make it tonight, unfortunately. But I will be keeping a public record of our progress so that people who aren't in attendance for every single stream will be able to get their equipment settled. We are currently sitting at just having beaten the Skeletron, so decent early game stuff pre-Wall of Flesh. It has VTube Studios what I'm playing. Here we go again. Hold on. I forget what the case was. We have to start which game second? Terraria second, I guess. Power that down and boot it back up. Terraria second. Wow, that Twitch delay is really quick. I do have it set on ultra low latency for YouTube as well. Starting over from the scrub levels again hurts too much. Yeah, I can understand that. It's definitely a painful experience I have in Noida frequently whenever I'm dying and restarting. Now, alright, Steam says everything is running as it should be. I sort of get complacent late on in the Noida streams. After you pick up a bunch of immunities, you start being irresponsible. Then you get one polymorph death, and from there on out, you're sort of, stuck trying to figure out how to play the game while you're terrible again. Siphon, welcome. Believe you said you wouldn't be able to make it tonight? No worries, the VOD will be up, and I will post a record of what we've done on Twitter and on the Discord. That way everyone can scale their equipment accordingly. Mostly it's so I can try to figure out this game. If I end up loving it, I might start doing a lot more Terraria content in the future. Now, first things first. I will not be needing those. Talking about joining the server. Ah, not able to be able to join. Gotcha. James, Leviathan, welcome. Just on time, both of you. Well, first things first, I have to remember my controls again because I have not played. Oh. Ah, we gonna end up doing this again. Pain. Nothing but pain. So what's all this about? Is this sort of a layout for how we're building future, homes, right? I know in order to get shopkeepers to spawn, you have to build certain wooden structures. Looks to be roughly the same proportions as everything else here. I've already forgotten what my inventory button was. Pain is power. Always. Boss Arena, it might be generally unfamiliar with Terraria. Learned recently if you hold Alt when you click on inventory items, you can favorite them. That way they won't be taken by quit stacking. I think there's only one thing that we need to do that with. Yep, I've completely forgotten what my inventory button is. Oh, it's just escape in this game. I was right. There we go. I should probably start putting things back up in the tree, and then just figure out what I'm doing next. Suppose maybe going on a little bit of mining might be a break from all of the nonsense with having to deal with bosses. Joins at God tier, leaves the world burning, and then leaves. You will be banned from my channel if that happens, Nev. Quick stack to nearby chests. There we go. It gets a couple of things out of the way. Ah, you have named the chests. Wonderfuls. Wonderful. Suppose we can just start putting stuff in here. I will admit, I don't even have defenses set up against a situation like that. Really, anyone can just show up with high-tier equipment, but so far we have enough of a small fan base that anyone showing up seems to be here in good faith. Ah, morning begins. That'll be fun. Alright, so for what I do know, I should make a grappling hook, and I think there were some hooks in some of these chests. Grant me a moment, I'll have to figure that out again. Chain. I imagine it's just a simple chain and hook together. Internet issue going on in your area, but you'll see what you can do. Best of luck to you, James. I know we had this issue last time, and hopefully we can eventually get over this hill and not have to deal with it in the future. Hopefully by next time we can figure out the server hosting where you can actually ban people from the server itself, but then again they have to be friends with you to join, so yeah. 3 chains and a hook. I saw a hook in one of these chests earlier. Where'd it go? At least last stream I did. I'm looking. Don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking. Ooh, maze. I always love a maze. I'll just swap those out. You may have stolen. Oh. Did you steal the hook, or did you just craft a grappling hook and then steal that? Well, that would explain some things. Alright, I do know that in order to get some spellcasting stuff, we did have to go to the jungle, so until I have an idea what to do, I might as well just go grind in the jungle. Make our run over there. Not paying attention, there's a slime there, Xander. Make a hook with 15 of any gem. Interesting. Still have all the gravestones lying about. What kind of music are you into? I, despite the initial appearances, am actually most of a punk rocker more than anything else. I am mostly focused on the sort of I guess the stuff I listen to a lot of people would call melodic hardcore, essentially. Although I do listen to a lot of the punk stuff as well. On either end of the spectrum, either the really simple, lazy, grindy stuff like, old-fashioned Ramones, or I'm actually more interested on the technical end of things such as Strung Out or a Wilhelm Scream. Yes, there is a band named a Wilhelm Scream. Trying to get into more progressive or technical genres of music in general. Prog metal is something I want to get into, but that's, well, kind of a big hill to be going in over. I also have a very big weakness for all the gay theater kid music. Stuff like Lemon Demon or Jack Stauber. Or Tally Hall. Tally Hall is another one of my favorites. That is a lot more on-brand, at least off of someone's initial guess. Ah, so now I have to learn how to use that grappling hook correctly. I'm gonna have to relearn the controls every single time I boot it up. It's also very distracting having some slightly not quite as visible enemies like those slimes amidst a green grassy backdrop. I'm also trying to look in two places at once, between the screen itself and the chat going on. What do you listen to, Z? I'm trying to expand my tastes in any direction I can. You got any recommendations? And here we are. I already forgot what we needed. I think it was vines and... I'll just shred whatever I come across. Metalhead yourself. Good to know. I've tried listening to a lot of the more common metal bands like Avenged Sevenfold and stuff. Not quite getting into it yet, but that might open up later. Definitely loved every bit of prog metal I've listened to, although I find myself only able to get into new bands when I'm in a good mood. I've tried a number of times in the past year, well, past 2 or 3 years, I'd say, trying to get into new bands, and it happens very seldomly. Oh, well, there's another hook. Leviathan, did you have a grappling hook of your own? Don't neglect your self-remind mobility. It's unfortunate, and it's definitely something I've had to deal with. I mean, last couple of years have been extremely turbulent for everyone, and it has often left me in a bit of a bad mood where I don't even listen to my own music. Nope, what you gave was the only one you had, so that hook should be very useful. Oh, thank you, Leviathan. Ooh, in retrospect, that kind of would be a fun thing to do. We ever beat this and I decide that I'd like to get into more Terraria stuff and we start a new world, would be fun just to demolish this one. Maybe save a backup for historical sake. Got iron on right now. I have the meteorite stuff thanks to James' lovely help. I remember that was what I did last time I was playing Terraria as well. That was mostly where I stopped. There was a meteorite that crashed on that server as well, and the instant I saw anyone else running around with a little space gun like that, I needed it. Mice and Men, Black Sabbath. Classic. I suppose I'll give it a go. Not on stream, of course. am I even looking for? Mostly just things to be shooting up, I guess. Not lurking, just late. Welcome, Kayla. Glad to see you. Well, off of one guess, I should be looking for new material. And for that, we can actually start digging a cave somewhere around here. Mine of sorts. There should be room somewhere around in here, I imagine. Ah, it's flooded, of course. Maybe in a different spot. I don't think I saw you here for the last Terraria stream, did I, Kayla? Uh-oh. How exactly are bees that lethal to someone wearing actual space armor? That's something I've never understood. Even in games such as Minecraft or so. You'll be wearing armor, and they're still willing to sting you everywhere. Although I guess technically the Minecraft armor doesn't actually cover your face. Depending on what lore or texture pack you'd ascribe to. As expected. This cave goes a bit further down. Let's start here. And more water. Oh, that is significantly faster than the pick we started with. I think our first pick actually had a heavy modifier. I think it was much slower to dig. A little difficult for you to see. It looks so very tiny. Need to turn on the TV. Terraria is a game somewhat in the vein of Noida, where it's pixel art, but there's a lot on screen that you have to be paying attention to. And because of that, you have to leave your sprites very, very tiny. And there is very little you can actually reasonably see. Ah, James, I assume that was a misclick. There we go. Ooh, wait, I didn't even notice. I thought that was just more stone. Like so, but couldn't hurt to be sure. Well, I guess now we just start digging a tunnel downward and see where we end up. Of course, if I dig myself into something dangerous, well, you'll get a good laugh out of it. We could also explore that dungeon, definitely next time that we are starting a new Terraria world, if it happens. I will have to raise the difficulty up quite a bit. Wasn't expecting so many people to be showing up. And there we are, Leviathan. Already coming back around full circle. Ah, I was standing on a platform. I thought I dug that space out directly underneath me, at least. Very calming, repetitive digging ASMR sound effects. Leviathan with the flaming ball mace. Flail. Definitely. A favorite weapon of hers, I remember her saying, right? Game actually does call it a mace. Oh, well, I did pick up one of those, exactly. I mean, technically, a mace would refer to the heavy weight on the end. So it's not entirely inaccurate. Sort of a square versus rectangle sort of thing. Sure, you can call a square a rectangle, and that's technically correct, but you're missing the entire picture. Two of you playing this game at the same time. This game's actually open up to anyone who'd like to join who happens to have Terraria on PC. James is currently trying to join, but he's having internet issues. And a number of our viewers from the previous stream aren't actually showing up. But yeah, there she is. Leviathan's right there. And I don't know why we're converging down here. Would probably go a little bit faster if we were digging in tandem. Tunnel convergence. Explain that one to me. After all, I like to abuse the mechanics of whatever game I get into as much as possible. Expected it to lead somewhere, but we don't have any caves down here. If you had your PC, you'd join. Well, we'll probably be doing this frequently. I don't know about every week. I would like to leave my game slots open a bit more, as I've already stuck myself into something I might be, well, doing the next week basically the same as this one. Since we have Control to deal with, along with finishing up Master Chief Collection and possibly more Terraria. I think next week I'll do the same thing, but add in a Guilty Gear stream. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything going on down here either. We'll find something. Oh, right! I did bring some dynamite. Leviathan, it does lead somewhere, in fact. It just took it a moment. I don't think you'll be able to join. Aw. I was looking forward to that. Hopefully we don't have too lonely of a Terraria stream this time. Not much. Builder potion sounds interesting, though. Ah, you've already gone way past me, haven't you? Let's see if this leads somewhere. Looks like there's some caves up there as well. Any more Deltarune? We finished it, so are you looking for a Snowgrave playthrough? I might throw that on as well alongside Control next week. In fact, that might be a bit of a better idea if I get space saved for maybe one of those episodic game streams during a week. I'm a bit better at pacing out if I want to, say, finish a game, or if a game ends earlier than I expected, I don't have a second stream queued up. Say, for example, sometime next week I queue up 2 Control streams, but beat it the next one. I told everyone I'd play Control again, but we ended up beating it then, so I'm left with kind of a confusing open slot. Not that I have a wide enough viewer base for it to really matter. Most people are going to be paying attention to the streams as they're coming up rather than focusing on, hopefully, not planning an entire week around catching every single one of my streams. Not that big enough yet for people to be obsessed with me. At least I hope not. Ah, finally, those things were getting tiresome to me. Well, if we do have multiple people asking for another Deltarune stream, it might be Snowgrave time then, I suppose. We got through all of Chapter 2 last week. Or, Actually, it was 3 weeks ago. Can you believe it's been 3 weeks? I do love my quirky indie games, so I would be very happy to do more Deltarune. It's no grave for, a different take. Maybe having a light on in here would help. Explore the dungeon, find some really good weapons. I would like to leave that for when we have a couple more people here, but then again, maybe now, while there's only the two of us here, would be the best time to be doing it. After all, don't want things to be too easy now, can it? Or do we? You know, I'm not using slot 5 very much. I should put those torches on a much more accessible section of my inventory. Hit him. Put these over here. Swap those. You'd get demolished in the dungeon. Indeed. I think we might be able to mine out some more meteorite unless you have a better idea of some better equipment for you. Of which I'd very much like to help. Like to relax a little bit and just do a bit of digging. Ooh, nice. Oh, it's a melee weapon. Interesting. The Nev requests requests friendship. What are we looking at? Oh, there it is. One incoming request. And you should be able to join. Information is in the bottom center. Meteor got mined out. I think, yeah, just about all of it's mined out, but there might be some stuff in the chests somewhere. James, was there any spare meteorite stuff? I would very much like cake right now. Ooh, can we make cake? Hopper. The Nev. Welcome. Not just any Nev, but specifically the Nev. The most important Nev. The singular Nev from which all other Nevs are derived. The Nev spawner. Just a rotating Nev inside of a metal cage. Used all you had. Well, I appreciate that getting Xander Space Gun is the most important priority here. Let's be honest, it is. I'll just loot all without any care in the world. Now, what was all in there? Angel statues, silver bars, which might be a bit higher on our tier list. Extractinator. Useful. 20 melee damage, 4 critical selection, very slow speed. Ah, the superior mace is better than just the hurtful mace. Suppose that would be one good way to get rid of all the dirt and silt we'll be picking up. Toss another one of these down there. Another piranha. There's more cave stuff going on down there, so I'm glad we finally found something. Oh, there's more cave stuff going on down here, too. There we go. Found a gun, too bad you can't use it. We'll solve that soon enough. Come on, give it to me. There we go. So, tell me, is there much of a purpose to be digging up more iron after we've already grabbed the equipment from it? I'd like to not waste too much time on stuff we don't need. Don't remember for sure. Definitely not as high a priority. Well, it might be some good starter stuff for Nev here. Maybe. Maybe. See if we can drain that water a little bit. And get me some air. Ah, well, this vein's at least in the way of another cave, so we can at least explore a little bit further down from here. Basically no reason to mine anymore. You got the strongest mage armor in pre-hard mode. So right now it's only a bossing game, huh? Almost. And turn that around, and... Ah. The only thing you need is probably accessories and items in the dungeon. Well, where have you run off to, Leviathan? I think I might heed that advice if it seems to be fruitless right here. I thought this game actually had a lot more digging and exploring going on in it. No, for the future, pick up graves if you can. Ah, do we have an image on the map? Are down there. Excellent. Causes a graveyard biome. And what does that end up in? Because we did have one around the meteor. Spawn zombies during the day. Well, it's not too bad, but understood. I said, get me up there. There we go. Hopefully we have a hole sometime soon. I'd like to drain all this stuff out. Wow, you've gone far. I'm probably not going to get anywhere close going in this direction. I can't even see the jungle back. Alright, we had another route downward earlier, didn't we? It was from the other side. Almost drowned yourself. Be careful. Although, I'm the one who knows less about the game here, so don't think I need to be giving you that advice. And here we go. Oh! Wow, that only took the one shot. Yeah, how does the warship almost drown themselves? Then again, she is a ship, not a submarine. If you get too much water in a boat, you'll capsize. I mean, the Titanic sunk, after all. It's supposed to be on top of water, not underneath it. Unless you secretly have submarine functions you didn't tell me about, Leviathan. Huh. Shoot him. There we go. Ooh, what's that? More copper, or is it something different? Ah, it is a way out. And a way further down. Hopefully I'm not about to drown Leviathan here. Although it seems you already got out of the area. It's been relatively fruitless so far. Leviathan is a sea monster. Well, presumably you'd name a warship after a sea monster just to make it sound intimidating. Doesn't necessarily imply that Leviathan is a sea monster itself. Another thing, actually, I don't know. I'm always going to have a chance to... Or, I'm always going to take a chance to shill some of my friends. Leviathan, can I shill you for a bit? We will need a platform, it looks like. Or a bit more of a clever grappling hook use. Sure. Leviathan here is actually one of my VTuber friends, and she debuted a couple weeks ago, I believe. Very good, very wholesome, despite being a warship, actually just a completely comfy, wholesome streamer. So far, I think we've only seen Faster Than Light, MechWarrior, and some game about farming bunnies, so you can generally expect either sci-fi stuff or cute things from her, at least from what I know of her. Or especially cute sci-fi things. Which means there might be a Starbound stream sometime. Although I really don't appreciate Starbound without mods. What's the YouTube? Always will look for a chance to plug my friends. Let me... go right here, and I will post this link. And sometime soon I hope to do a MechWarrior Online collab. That's the game that both of us enjoy. And both of us know quite a bit about. She's had a little educational piece on that game already. There's a few VTubers that play these games. Or that play MechWarrior. I really would like to get a collaboration together sometime. And show everyone why I'm the best pilot. My back hurts from all this carrying I'm doing. See you soon, Z. We are 45 minutes in. I would like to liven this up a little bit. I think I will go ahead and head around to that dungeon. Although, what sort of other equipment would you be looking for? A very chaotic educational piece. But an educational piece nonetheless. And sometimes a bit of chaos can make something interesting. Where we have the contrast between, say, Kurzgesagt having the very professional educational videos, and we still have just as much attention for something like Vsauce, which runs on a lot more tangents and sort of random tidbits of information that may not be even linked to relevant. There's quite a few good professional Vsauce videos as well, but knowing the prevalence of the certain memes around the Vsauce community and Michael and so on and so forth, people appreciate a good attention grab out of making something chaotic. I do have a bit of silver I can lend. Don't I have a recall potion? Alright. Wasn't that just... No, that's the health potion button. Silly. There we go. Are you back at the tree? Yes. Yes, you are. Welcome, Neth. Would you appreciate something capable of hurting people? Alright, I'm going to put up the silver in the chests down here. Right there in the materials chest. I mean, it's a nice gesture. You already have something better, I imagine. But you can work your own weapons. I'm going to assume anyone showing up to a YouTube Terraria stream will know more than me anyway. So, I look forward to it. Oh, we already have Demonite. That's good news. I do remember getting my hands on a little bit of that the last time I played. I think that was the last set I had before I quit. Mostly that was the set that everyone was throwing into my arms before I decided, hey, I don't even know what I'm doing. And then I quit. Now I think I'm actually going to go ahead and scout a little bit past the dungeon, because I haven't actually been past it yet, only up to it. Once you have some better equipment, Nev, Leviathan, if you would be willing to join me. 3 people might be a bit more in tune than having 4 people trying to explore the dungeon at once. You'll have to carry me since I won't know what I'm doing. Oh, and if there's traps, I guarantee you I'm walking straight into them. And up and over. $250 of them. We've had to deal with a lot. Do grant me some advice on whatever else we could be doing right about now, too, as well. I know there's the case of house building, so you can get more NPCs and shopkeepers to show up, which I definitely think would be useful. I wonder, can I shoot through all that mess? I can! Lovely. And here comes the big guy. And there goes the big guy. Just as quickly as he left. Always hated how ugly everything was in here. Ah, yes! I remember this. A week ago, that freaking skull. I should make a clip out of that one, actually. Alright, so in there is the dungeon. But we're concerned with what's going on over it. Since this is the furthest I've been in this direction, I have gone out to the sea beforehand on the other side. More eyeballs. And they're still following me after all this time. Another layer of corruption, that's right. Leviathan said that previously. Finally, another star for the first time in a while. A corrupted desert, interesting. At least I think that's what's going on here. Those look like cacti. Never pass up an opportunity to grab one of those. Good thing I had the light here. Didn't want to fall in there at all. And onto a very small amount of regular desert there instead. And then we get to the beach. Guess there's nothing much going on beyond here either. So, Nev, Leviathan, how are y'all doing back there? Really, up here? There you go. Is it ever daylight in this game? It is! Right up there you have the moon, which will be showing us how far we've gone into the nighttime versus the daytime. And if I carried around a bit of lighting, it would be a lot better for that. There's no option to skip night in this game, is there? This is somewhat in the vein of 2D Minecraft, essentially. You have a night cycle in which all the monsters come out and try to devour your face. We are almost halfway through the night now. And it has been daylight for most of the stream so far. The night just feels long because it's a lot less pleasant. Does it what? I already forgot what that was a response to. I I wonder where Broham is. He told me he'd be showing up for this one. Hold on, I'll see if I can message him real quick. You fast forward on the VHS tape. What with getting all that equipment a lot quicker, now this time. You know, that's something I didn't consider. Leviathan, you wear a military coat and I wear a lab coat, but we'd probably both represent them with the same items. Well, isn't that cute? And fancy. I think your bunny wants in. Ooh, it pierces through them as well. Excellent. Although now that we're in the dungeon over here, we might actually have a bit more of a light source with all the torches around. And they'll be a lot easier to place down everywhere. Let me message Broham real quick, because I thought he said he wanted to show up for this one. Oh, of course. I look away for 1 minute. I thought we were boxed in there. Did we not shut that door? Or did the enemies just spawn behind me? Ah, they just spawned around me. Noted. Well, lesson learned. Wow, lots of stars around here. Huh, forest here looks a little bit different than usual. Or maybe I didn't pay attention to it last time. Rixo, welcome. Welcome back, I should say. Snow, then some corruption, and then we'll be at the dungeon. Wow, seems no one's able to play since last time. That's 3 different people I hear that said they couldn't make it. Wonder what's going on this weekend. Or what was specifically happening last weekend. Thank you, Nev. Very welcome indeed. Head up here. I said up here. Fairies. Remind me what we do with those. I think I've seen one beforehand, but I don't know what happened with it. Of course, I'm not just going to outright shoot it. Maybe not the best idea. Unless they're like more traditional fairies, in which they are extremely malevolent. Cousin says she likes my voice. Well, thank you. Ah, they guide you to treasure. But this one's just stuck up against this tree. Unless there's something up top. Definitely worth a look. Well, thank you for showing me off. I don't do my own advertising much yet, so someone else does it for me. At least a good bit of shilling. I appreciate it. Give her lessons. I should start charging for something like that if it's going to be happening this frequently. Is she in the chat? It's a lot better if I can interact back and forth. Only got 100 HP. I don't know where I'm looking for the other ones, of course. There were those heart crystals underground, right? Remember, I've never actually played this game, so I don't know anything of what I'm doing. Other than shoot the enemies, get the materials, and craft the better stuff. Oh, by the way, we are getting back to morning again, aren't we? So we do have a bit more light to be dealing with. James, welcome. Hopefully now it's actually going to stick. The Nevest of Nevs, indeed. Where were those heart crystals? I know they're everywhere to be found, right? Just as long as it's somewhere underground. Use the heart crystals after you pick them up. I don't think I've picked one up in a while. Yeah. Who knows, maybe they were back at base. Or some other scoundrels must have hoarded them. Thank you to whoever put those bridges there. Never-ending enemies until you were finally murdered. Well, you held out for the longest time. Right, I did send Broham that message. So we should be safe to descend into here now. What the heck was that? Spikes, of course. Well, I did tell you I'd be running into any of the traps. Greekso died here. And spikes to be found everywhere. We might want to craft some platforms. Although I don't think I've chopped down any wood in a while, have I? Ah, we got plenty. At least for what we're trying to do. Uh-oh. I'm guessing that's not something I can hit, but luckily that only works around the perimeter here. Great. Okay, that one's locked. There are spikes everywhere, indeed. And lots of skeletons. Of course, I ran too fast and smashed my face right into the spikes. Of course. Sit back and relax. That just means I've done a lot of running. Ah, wonderful. I'll check to see if there's any heart crystals back in that chest. And pay more attention to the plentiful number of health potions I'm carrying at least. Afternoon F. I imagine no one left any of them lying around. Enemies in the dungeon are harder and have a chance of dropping a golden key. And that's how we get into that chest. What's your defense? Not much. It's just meteor stuff. And not much accessorization beyond that. I think I had one of those shackles before. Oh, still do. And it doesn't look like I can equip it twice. I'll just set that up in here instead. Ah, next to your die, there's a number with the shield. Ah, 17. That's what it was. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that either. Maybe I've had some prior traumatic experiences with bluebirds. There is a desire to shoot the animals. It permeates the game. Well, if they weren't so colorful and flying around in places that I wish I could be, I'd be a lot more polite to them. Alright, I think we can go on a quest for some heart crystals. Where are they usually found anyway? I mean, if that's what we were digging for before, shouldn't we keep doing that? Underground. Anywhere, I'd imagine. Guess it would have been worth it to keep digging then over there. See, I knew there was a reason to keep using our pickaxe on everything we came across. At the very least. Ooh, that's much faster. I see something glowing. Is that another shadow altar or something? Oh no, that's jellyfish down there. But we do know there's more caves to be had. And all the way through here. Oh, nice. Slowly, but surely. And don't call me Shirley. I see a little bit of stuff down to the bottom right over there. Not much, but I am curious. And we gotta be looking somewhere at the very least. Is this game secretly a lot grindier than I anticipated? Are we gonna end up having to do a lot of digging in order to catch up and get our own sort of equipment and health buffs and all that stuff in order to get past? It can get pretty grindy, as any of these survival crafting games will be. Such is the fate. Ooh, fancy schmancy. Tiago, welcome. Ooh, platinum. That's at least a little bit better, I'd imagine. Brazilian. Well, welcome. I have a couple of Brazilian friends, actually. Love them. Very good people. Although there's one of them I haven't talked to in maybe a year or so. Been a while. Don't know how you got here. I'd imagine it had to do something with searching up Terraria. That's how a bunch of people showed up last time. If you have a lot of Terraria content in your feed, then maybe that's where I showed up. Really interesting to me that so many people show up for the Terraria streams. Even though you technically only had one before. Copper we don't need. I just need to get into that cave down there. The further down we go, the better, right? As long as we don't end up in hell. And give you a few shots. Well, for what I know, Portuguese is rather adjacent to Spanish, another Romance language, so my history in knowing at least how to pronounce Spanish, even though I don't remember how to speak it, sets me a little bit further ahead. I try to learn how to pronounce names, or words in various languages at least. I find it sort of gives me a bit of a uncomfortable feeling whenever I hear someone pronouncing a word completely wrong. Happens a lot when I'm trying to go through Japanese games, me being a weeb, of course. I mean, I'm a VTuber. And I have heard quite a number of friends completely mispronounce Japanese names. Now, I'm not going to be perfect about it either, but I'm trying, at the very least. There's lots of syllables and specific phonemes that don't even show up in other languages, so if you're using phonemes that don't exist, then it's at least very, very wrong. Perhaps now might be a good time for Orger. Especially since I need to get rid of some slots in my inventory. The Nev didn't bounce. Looked a little too deep into the crater, did you? Ah, what can we afford to be rid of? The hook might be a bit expendable. Of course, I don't even know what this is. Wormhole potion. That we will want, definitely. Huh, bones. They're a throwing weapon. Oh, right, did you forget you didn't have your anti-falling damage equipment? There is an inventory slot for the grapple, right. I should have paid attention to that earlier. Bound goblin, thank you for freeing me, human. I was tied up and left here by the other goblins. You could say that we didn't get along very well. Maybe here I can actually get rid of a few things I don't need. Well, at least the gravestone. Get that out of my inventory. Ah, the Tinkerer. So how do I bring this guy back? Rocket boots, you say? I'm gonna need my gold back, and immediately. Favorite is a Noida stream. Noida and Terraria are very, very similar games. You need room for them. Alright, noted. In fact, really, the difference between Noida and Terraria is mostly just the size of the pixels, and the fact that you have to deal with, the spell crafting instead of crafting a bunch of other little materials and items. And attach there, make a couple more platforms. Come on. I need those rocket boots. Those are part 2 of the absolutely mandatory Xander equipment. As long as it's some sort of dangerous engineering, I need to have my hands on it. Or in this case, my feet. Please don't think about Xander's feet too much. Now, if I go back to the dungeon, is my gold still going to be there, or does it just completely vanish? It will still be there. Then I am on a very important journey. Because I am just short of being able to afford those. As long as you don't log off. Simple enough. Yep, I'm just under the gold I need for those rocket boots. Which is why I'm heading back to the dungeon real quick. I left my gold there after all. Nighttime once again. We should probably leave a few more torches lying around just to light up the area. Makes it a lot easier if you can actually, you know, see the ground you're walking on. What a pleasant guy with the torch over there. Surely he just wants to light the way for us, right? Wait a minute, he'll also have a supply of gold. Or, more reasonably, just a little bit of copper. Uh-oh, what did you find, Leviathan? Well, that skeleton's gonna need that milk for some very important purposes. Have you considered giving it back? I think he needs it more than you do. Be careful though, if he drinks too much of it, he'll become invincible. Well, he's dead. He's the skeleton, of course he's dead. Double dead.
Oh, I got dead again. This game stinks.
I quote that all the time. He's just deaded twice. Almost having an X gold. Almost. Ew. Ugly purple water. No telling what's in there. There's the shadow altar down there. Do tell me, what's going on with you, James? What have you brought for us today? Magic missile. Very important. After all, I would know. I'm fond of magic missiles in every other game. We should unlock those for Dead Cells soon. I definitely want to do another Dead Cells stream, but no one ever shows for those. Not that I mind, it's still very fun to play those. That's actually one of my favorite mechanics in fighting games. I try to, whenever possible, pick characters that have controllable projectiles. For a while in Smash I actually played quite a bit of Pit. And my all-time favorite character in any fighting game is Aiken from Guilty Gear Xrd, who has a horizontally controllable fireball. Makes for some very, very interesting setups. Aren't there a couple of staves that do that in Starbound as well? Guided missiles and so on. Guided magic missiles. Out of my way. It feels so good being able to use that as much as I want. Ah, might as well. Ah, it caps at 220, or 200 for now. Or maybe altogether. I'm not gonna need these bones. The Nev still refuses to bounce. Guessing you were a bit too used to your items that prevented you from taking fall damage, huh? Ah, I couldn't imagine. Then again, I have gotten to the point where I played Minecraft for so long on one profile where I've gotten complacent with all my high-level equipment. Bouncing is very fun, of course. Just make sure you have the proper gear in order to bounce first. Was with these crabs. Are they giant and are they enemies? Xander was murdered by angry bones. A little bit. I see only 13 copper. Oh well. Crabs are actually very close to the ultimate life form. A lot of other arthropods keep evolving into the same shape. Very defensible. Impervious, even. Some things such as spiders or scorpions start adopting a crab shape eventually. And the crabs were spawning more, spawning more crabs. Ooh, lovely. Love it. Absolutely love it. Perfect. Do we have a room set up for that tinkerer yet? I need those rocket boots. And I think I can actually afford them now. Or I'm getting close. He's at spawn. Well, I have places to be. Wrong potion. Where's that recall? There we go. Just got an upgrade. Flying carpet. Found another accessory that's way more important. I might pass, but... yeah. Neville, take one. Ah, there he is. Negurk. What an interesting name. We are just at enough. Excellent. Except now, we have to figure out getting rid of something else. Now, are those exclusive with the Hermes boots? They are not. Perfect. A lot more vertical accessibility now. I'll go ahead and put up a few of my materials. Actually, I should put up everything I can. And we'll see where we can go. Maybe now it'll actually be a lot easier to navigate in a dungeon. Sort of a makeshift house, because I haven't made one for myself yet. Very good. I think that's most things out of there. Materials chest is full. So I'll just put a hook up in here. Don't need those banners, don't need those banners. Extractinator. We got a little bit of space to put one of these down, right? Yeah, we don't have one of those up yet. And I will find out what I have to craft for that musket. Ooh, flaming mace. Fancy. That's what, Leviathan's been using this entire time. Da 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 da. I will admit it's starting to grow on me at this point, as much as I, well, don't really like the sort of chiptune sound font that this game has. I have a bone to pick with those skeletons. Let's see what we can get to rise up out of that. We can also get over those lakes much easier now, which is a huge boon. Absolutely. An hour and a half already. Boy, we've been in here a while. Ah, the more I stream, the more time just seems to fly by. That makes the vertical navigation much easier. Wonderful. I used to have twice as much gold. I could have bought a pair for someone else. If the Tinker is there, I wonder if there's a sort of a lab coat item I can get for myself in the future. At least for the sake of keeping up appearances. Now let's take a look-see down here. Wonder if we'll be able to find any heart crystals, although I think everyone would have shattered the ones that were around here. Or pick them up, more accurately. If you get more houses, the clothier should show up, which means you can get the stuff you're wearing. Just makes your default clothing show. I don't think my default clothing actually had a lab coat showing up. I might have to change that. Yep, everywhere around here has definitely been explored. Tito Lounge, that's still just such a funny name. I guess he's not showing up for this stream. Oh, hold on. Got a notification at least on my own Discord. I see you. Don't get any ideas. Perhaps it's a lot better if I'm looking at my screen rather than at my phone trying to message someone. Hence the audio muting for a little bit there. There's lots of stuff up there if I remember. I actually did get to one the last time I was playing. I remember in my Steam inventory for the longest time, I actually had a Terraria card for the Wyverns, I think? Made some commentary about how people would try to build floating islands, and then Wyverns would come in and blow up the entire place. Ooh, is that Demonite there? We cannot dig through here. Not with pathetic iron. Maybe we should take what's in that chest and just build better equipment. Alright, third time's the charm. Hopefully we're not dying this time. Now let's see what's going on down here. More of the good stuff. Ah, there's the spikes. Spooky. I like it. I like the decor. Brighten it up just a little bit. Oh, it's the trap. I remember those. Giant swinging mace, of course. Come on. Get out of the walls or I can hit you. Freaking ghosts. Yes, I know it's a skull, but functionally, if it's going through walls, it's a ghost. I'll take those balloons if you have 99 of them and they're all red. Actually, wait, no, the original version of the song is way better. Luftballons. There you are. Come here. Come closer. Shooting through walls, as always. Could you imagine how terrifying that would be in a three-dimensional game? Oh, there was a spike I was standing on top of. Focus too much on the stuff that was elsewhere. Figures. Right, because we have such a limited scope of the world here, we are gonna need other worlds in order for everyone to get stuff, right? We're gonna run out of materials if we keep having people show up. I think that's, what, 6, 7, 8 people in here? That have at least passed in once. Alright, I need a better pick. Very significant set of items that everyone is going to want too. Well, wonder how we're gonna figure this one out then. I'm open to suggestions, as always. Extra worlds it is. Look over here real quick. Nev, if you want to come back as your OP self, I'm gonna try to kick you off. And if you're looking to just watch, the stream's right there. We are going to need more demonite, it looks like. Da, dun, 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 dun. Ah, so we get more demonite if we fight the Eater of Worlds more. Guess we might grind a couple more fights. At least, that's what I'm looking to do. I still have some copper equipment and I would like to get some of that stuff upgraded. I'm just gonna yoink these while no one is looking. Said the guy who was running the stream. "57 stars, that's a lot." Done by using any hammer or explosives. Alright, it's as I remember. I just want to double check. Or explosives, technically, so we could use dynamite. I had a hammer, didn't I? Somewhere. Think you found all the floating islands on the east side. You'll leave the balloons in the dresser at spawn base. Looking through every box here, just trying to make sure I can find him. Fine, I'll just craft another one then. We have a lot of silver to spare. Pair of Hermes boots, water walking boots, and a blizzard in a bottle. I think that's fine, just as long as we're not pulling out overpowered stuff. Funny, the music stops playing, but the environment sounds still work. That's really weird. We will want some wood back. Or, you know, just craft a little bit of it out of our excess platforms, that's right. Alright, hammer time. And materials, put this up. And let's run it by again. I will try to get up a little bit more demonite. The heck was that? And catch it. I suppose this game will take a bit more exploration for me to familiarize myself with all the crafting recipes I'm going to need. What's everyone's opinion on a Minecraft stream eventually as well? Might happen with the new update. I will want to see what's going on with all those caves. I know that's popular too, and it does seem a bit cliche, but it is still a beloved game of mine. Yeah, get out of my way. Maybe sometime later just take a moment to sit back and build instead. What are the conditions anyway? Do they have to be made out of wood, or is that just the easiest material to use? I know it's like you need wood of a certain size and then like a table and a chair in there. I think that was it. Ah, simple enough. Response both from Nev and from Leviathan. Different spots. Lighting, walls, table, chair. Z likes the Minecraft idea, huh? I'm not sure if I'd be opening it up. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, here you are again. What's the treasure going on the tree? Ah, there's something usually at the top of the trees here. Is that what I'm missing? Your pathfinding has really blocked you off from there. The fairy says there's something around here. Now, Minecraft is a maybe. I actually might try to see if I can find, I think a couple of my streamer friends already had servers up. I might be joining them. Minecraft I don't appreciate nearly as much alone. I think it might be a bit better to try to build more of a community out of interacting with other VTubers, at least for such a popular game such as Minecraft. There might be more interaction going on with Terraria as well. There's the orbs down there, but we can't break those just yet, can we? Think surface fairies guide you to treasure. Those are just pretty. Don't think you don't think surface fairies guide you to treasure. Those are just pretty. They do show up underground, and there they do guide you. What would the class more specifically be interested in? Just solo Xander, or seeing some more collaboration stuff going on with that instead? It can be a bit overwhelming having so many people in the stream at once, so it might be a smaller Minecraft stream. Maybe? Maybe. If it's with, multiple people. Guessing we can't mine that out with our weaker stuff. I like about the collaboration just myself. Collaboration is more fun for the viewers if they can get involved. Collaboration in this sense actually refers specifically to more, content with other VTubers, not necessarily involving the viewers. Which I do appreciate, absolutely. But it does sort of divide the community if everyone's just trying to pay attention to their favorite VTuber stream stuff. As well as, say, their own Terraria or Minecraft world, so on and so forth. If it's something for the viewers to participate in, I don't want to set up an environment that incentivizes some people to isolate themselves from interacting with other VTubers because of that. So it's a really interesting thing trying to think about how, oh, hey, am I just trying to do a little thing here by myself, or if it's a far more popular and mainstream game like Minecraft, I think I might want to join some other people for collaboration. Other VTubers. Can't mine through any of this. Did everyone just find all the shadow orbs down here instead? Keep alternating between the underground and the corruption music. Funny. You know, I will ask them. I actually did talk to one VTuber last night. Last night was actually one of the few times I went out and watched other VTubers. I don't normally do that. Did pay attention to a couple of my friends' streams and decided to show up. Why was I on Twitch in the first place? I can't remember. Doesn't matter to you, as long as we get some expertise. Which I will create flying machines with TNT to deliver payloads onto my unfortunate friends. That's my favorite part, is all the redstone engineering. As you'd expect. Well, results there completely inconclusive. Can I mine out this rock with anything other than actual demonite stuff itself? Oh, explosives work? Is that how we can do this? Gonna have to go back and get some dynamite again. Yeah, you were gonna say that. Why didn't you remind me earlier? Ah, I'm just trying to pay attention to chat and the game. And the endgame chat. And not getting devoured by Eaters of Worlds. No, wait, it's Eaters of Souls for the tiny guys. And then it's Eater of Worlds when it's the big ones. There we go. Just make sure I have plenty of it. Alright, back on the long haul again. Your entrance was absolutely perfect, James. Thank you. Miraculous. I hope there's a better version of these rocket boots eventually. I don't want to use wings, I want to use boots. And pyrotechnics. James typing out an answer, I'd imagine. Combine them with speed boots and other stuff. Wonderful. Also, it probably would have been good to get on a team since everyone else is doing that. Wings, and when they run out, boots. You can stack all that stuff. Not much further. Let's run this by again. And those thorns keep growing back. I hate it. Now I did see a few down here. Let it rip. Ah, don't even need the hammer if it's that close. Oh, there's another one over there. And I hope this stays lit underwater. That's what we did over there, right? Ah, it does. Uh-oh. Almost. Spooky. Absolutely spooky. Hasty band of star power, huh? How's that little goody do? Ooh. A little bit of a buff. Break another and the boss shows up. When the stream audio was muted a bit earlier, that's what I was looking up. Just making double sure, because I do need some sort of this stuff. Those are a little deep down there. I thought I saw one somewhere over here that was a bit more accessible. Ah, there we go. And a 1. And a 2. And that should be good to go. We had our platform over here, right? Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. I hate this thing. That is a lot easier with more people. Come on. Hahaha, nice. Should have a bit more stuff now. Although, given that everyone came here to help, I'm not sure how much the demonite's been redistributed. Ah, looks like I have enough to actually craft one. Having fun. Gorgeous. I think that'll be a bit better, even though I'm not using much mana yet. That'll be fun. Of course, I eventually have to get one of those as well. James has excellent taste in weaponry. Wait, hold on. Oh, he's scared. He's running away. Oh, hey, there was a little bit of demonite that dropped down there instead. Alright, get a couple more shots in here, get you down. Just want to make sure we didn't miss any of it. Because some of it might have fallen down here. And we forgot our glow sticks. Just a bunstone back down here. Oh, it is a portable light. Wonderful. Very helpful. Thank you. Cost me about 70. I noticed. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're good everywhere around here. I will recall and go get me another one of those. Ah, right, I'm gonna need to smelt them first. Is there a craft as many as possible option? Not shift. Good stuff. Only slightly better than what I have here, and I'd rather have the infinite use gun. What do we get? Light. Good. A little bit of extra speed should help. We don't need to worry about knockback on a digging tool. Ooh, we're still going. Love that outfit. At this rate. Might be better just to teleport straight to them. And I already dropped my darn... Yeah, I got rid of that wormhole potion. Can we turn that into a flaming ball of hurt, though? No, doesn't look like it. I wonder why they made it a flail, and then called it a mace. We did have this discussion earlier, it's still confusing me, though. Though the mace is technically what the end of it is called. Yeah, I'm thinking about the dungeon myself, too. Actually might be a good idea to wind it down sometime soon. Since everyone's having connection problems, it might be better to not throw everything in on here. There's a part of it jutting all the way on a different spot, I imagine. I do like the little meteorite sparks that come off when you're running. That's cute. Now, take a nice little journey down in here. See if we can find anything more without dying this time by standing irresponsibly on every spike we come across. That might be nice to head over there. Soon. Although, for what I know, why grind for the materials when you can just fight the bosses and get the stuff instead? So close. Teleported in behind me. Something to better handle my usual irresponsibilities. Nice find, even though I have no idea what that means. Figures. I'm guessing they're the different keys for the different chests in here. Since that's a different chest right there. Ah, the ones in hell. Crumbly. Figures. Ran out of jump. Although I was still trying to hold the spacebar to jump back up, but it seems holding it down even if you land on the crumbling stuff doesn't refill your jump, or is it... Hold on. Ah, I do have to release it. A little irresponsible for me. Yeah, maybe I did come underprepared. But that's to be expected. Nice having a game to learn that I have no idea how to play again. Alright, now what? I guess it really would just be dungeon stuff for now. Though I could cut down a few trees. Maybe getting a few more homes set up would be a bit of a better use of my time. A good investment. Might as well craft one of those axes then. I heard it. I heard another star falling around here. There it is, right on top of the tree. Still having to deal with all these gnomes. Not for much longer. We have a lot of silver ore, might as well smelt it. Cut down on the inventory space it's taking up. Is there a craft maximum option there? Just so I can make as many of them together as I can at once. Ah, when did I find the gold ore? That was nice. Wow, what do I need to craft an axe? Wood. Simple enough. Probably some more stuff I should keep on me at all times. I just realized if I'm hosting, does it actually slow everyone down if I tab out? Thank you. I've been needing those for a while. It shouldn't, but that doesn't mean the game is going to be behaving properly anyway, is it? Don't need the copper stuff anymore. Ah, you're in there. Take a moment to stretch. I haven't been drinking nearly as much on this stream, so I haven't needed a break yet. Well, we do have most of the viewer base here. So what I'm thinking... Oh, wrong chest. So what I'm thinking next week. Monday, Noida. Tuesday, I'd like to do Control again, but I would like to fit in... Since we have a couple requests for it, might as well do Deltarune Snowgrave on Wednesday. Friday night is definitely Master Chief Collection again, trying to get through Halo CE. And Saturday will be... I'll think about Saturday. Still tossing it up between Saturday and Thursday, and that would be a very heavy week, 6 streams, but I'm liking it, and I think I can do it. I'd like to throw in another Guilty Gear stream, and I don't know if I want to do that Thursday or Saturday instead. Saturday might be good to leave as the viewer votes. Oh, James, I'm just now seeing the Neko Arc name. I love it. I want to play Melty Blood too. But I still won't know what I'm doing in that game. Won't need this anymore either. I've already forgotten what we are looking for otherwise. Gonna be a very versatile week. That'll be fun. Right, I was just gonna see if I can get as much wood as possible. Especially with so many trees just lying around. Take any of the ones that don't have torches on them. What the? Gold squirrel? What are we doing with that? What's going on with the gold squirrel? Do I keep him? Do I steal him? What do I do? I'm prepared. Ah, wait. Haha, so that's what we do. Consumable. Maybe not. It's a little weird. Ah, what are we looking at? I think we might want to start winding it down soon. Don't have nearly as much activity here, and you can make terrariums. Such is the namesake of the game, I'd imagine. That'll be fun. So all the torches placed over here, those basically the layouts we need? No. Because everyone has smaller homes going on here too. I'll go cut down a few more trees. Would work. And there's not going to be any of them. Oh, wait a minute. There are going to be some over here. But that is different. Interesting. Alright, keep it over here then. Got it. What's the master mode looking thing anyways? Is it decorative or does it actually do something? Very pretty. Sleepy Xander. So teleporter for later, basically. Forget the shenanigans with them. There's still so much to this game that I'm still not gonna figure out for a long time. Guess that means it's worth playing more, isn't it? Ah! Interesting. And there's plenty of acorns lying down there already. So who have I not talked to yet? More blinking lights. I'd agree. Ooh, that seems fun. Engineering stuff going on. Ah, there it is, the pylons. This stuff looks very fun. Whatever it's useful for later. Allison the nurse has arrived. Well, hello, nurse. Simple enough, just here for a heal. Xander's sleepy. I didn't actually get much sleep last night, so I think I am wanting to wind some things down. Is anyone in the middle of something super important right here? Think it might be approaching a good stopping point. Just after 2 hours. I'll try to have a more formal server set up for next time. Yeah, alright. Everyone find yourself a good spot. Xander's gonna probably take a nap. Maybe go to bed, even though it's early on a Saturday night. I love your aesthetic choices, though, James. These houses look lovely. I would have just made standard boxes myself. But that's because I'm boring. Well, when it comes to building, at least. I love the chimney here coming off the fireplace. Very clever. You know, I really should spend some more time in Minecraft Creative. That would be an interesting stream. Minecraft will happen sometime in the future, but I will be looking for a few collabs coming up soon. Although it looks like next week is going to be very dense. Alright, winding it down. And shutting it down. And everyone should be kicked out there. What a lovely little stream. I'm looking forward to Terraria. Might happen next week, might not. Next week is going to be a lot of the same stuff. Noida on Monday. We just arrived at New Game Plus, which will be a very fun and different experience. Or it might just go over super quickly. I'm not sure when our Noida playthrough is supposed to end. Maybe after a couple of quests are done, or after the next death. Who knows? We've technically beaten the game at this point. We got our 10 orbs, so who knows? We might try to shoot for 11 orbs there. Control continues next week, as well as I think we'll start Deltarune Snowgrave, since we have a couple of requests for that. Then, following, I'm going to try to fit in some Guilty Gear Friday again. Will be more of Halo, which might need 1 or 2 more streams. After that, I should have the schedule freed up quite a bit. Saturday might be another viewer choice, but it might just also be a Xander choice. It seems most people are voting for Terraria, which I am having fun with, but I would like to change up the streaming schedule quite a bit. Maybe provide a few different suggestions. Let me know in the Discord or on Twitter or in the YouTube comments here, whatever you'd like to see. But for now, class is dismissed. Thank you all for your attendance. Wow, I really am tired. Yep, Xander's gonna go take a nap.